To close this, I'm going to call upon one of the Sudanese leaders in the community and a politician, Kek Burde, come and mark your word.
Before I give some few words, I would like all of you to stand up and observe a minute of silence for our fallen people during this struggle moment. Thank you. As Francis said, I would like also to thank all the ambassadors, representatives of different nations accredited to Canada, the Embassy of Tanzania and South Africa, Chad, Sudan. I thank wholeheartedly for your initiative to come over here and responding to our invitation that was extended to you by our brother Francis. This is very nice, and I hope that we will continue also to engage with each other here in Canada so that we learn from each other too. This day is really a very important day for South Sudanese in diaspora, here in diaspora and also at home, because was the day actually they become free from injustice that was taking place previously with the previous regime that actually came out from Khartoum. We have a good relationship with people of Khartoum, people to people. The relationship was there, was good. But it was a war of a struggle of freedom for the people of South Sudan to have their own state as today we have it. We thank all the African leaders for their also effort to make sure that South Sudan also is stand among the nations in Africa. This war, or this day that we are celebrating today, it started long time ago. It started on the 18th August 1955, 4 months before the independence of Sudan. That time, the people of South Sudan rose up, they took arms, they went to bush, and which the resistance actually they call it Anyanya 1. And that resistance, or that movement ended in 1972. Then we signed an agreement with the Khartoum government. Then we went to Sudan. Again, the demand of South Sudanese was not fulfilled at the time. And then in 1983, again, 1975, there was mutiny in Akoba. And then they went back to the bush. In 1983, again, the people of South Sudan rose up, and then they took arms and they went to bush. And we fought for 21 years until Naivasha agreement that was held in 2005. And not just on that, so the people of South Sudan were given a right to go for self-determination, to determine their fate, their destiny, what do they really want. And then peacefully, we achieved our independence through the ballot, so through the referendum. So any one of us is very proud, and also we are proud for our brothers in Khartoum, especially the late, not the late, our brother, former president of Sudan, Muhammad Hassan al-Bashir, who actually stood very firm to recognize the outcome of South Sudanese referendum. The voting that was held, he immediately recognized it. So we're really very thankful for him and his leadership at the time, and also for the people of Sudan. Today is a joyful day, a day that all of us we should enjoy, because I do remember at the early age of at the early 80s, I joined the movement also. I was one of the liberators. Okay, I went to the bush in 1984. At the beginning of 1984 is when I joined actually the movement, SPLM and we fought. Okay, so it is a day that we need to come out, enjoy it. People must celebrate it because it has given us the freedom. It has given us this flag that we have today. And this flag that you see today here, it is the blood, it is cemented by the blood of many people who actually have shed their blood for them to have this flag today. And that we should feel proud as South Sudanese to celebrate everywhere you are, whether you are in your own house, you are in your own different country, but it is time for you to celebrate because already you have recognition, you have a nation, you have achieved your own nation, you have your own flags, you have your own country, you have your own boundary, you have everything. And also we thank our brothers from Africans that who have stood with us during the struggle. Our struggle also is very similar to many people. For example, in 2011 I went to South Africa and I see the way actually they have suffered. I went to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they took us there and we have seen all the gallery and we went to museum, we went to all these places. People have suffered, shed blood for them to have a freedom, to have a color that they have today in South Africa. The same thing also in Namibia, in Rwanda, Angola, and the rest of the Africa too, okay? So this day that we have today, we should not take them lightly. These are the days actually people shed blood. And for them actually to be compensated, we just need to remember them, enjoy this day, okay? Some of these fighters or some of our local population, they took a lot of sacrifice and some of them right now, they are not even enjoying what they have actually contributed. For example now, our late hero, Dr. John Garang Ramabio, he sacrificed a lot, but he did not enjoy anything. Just for the matter of 21 years, he died, he passed away in helicopter crash, okay? But he's very proud where he is now because he liberated the country for his people. The same thing also as done by the rest of the leaders of African country. Now our task as the leaders of African, or you here, is to make sure that Africa prosper. Africa must have to have a peace. We have to encourage ourselves that fighting among ourselves will not take us anywhere. Now Sudan has a big problem. Other countries, they have a big problem. But we as African and leaders of Africa, we need to encourage each and everyone that we must sit down and dialogue. Now we have a number of refugees coming from Sudan, and we welcome them as they did in the past. Okay? They welcome our people in the south, and now we are welcoming them. And our president, Salva Kiir Mayardit, now is engaging the Sudanese government, the Sudanese authority from both sides to come and sit down. And this is the spirit that we need in everywhere. Because now he's the chair of East African community, and it is his role as a leader in the region to engage those who are engaged in war between themselves. So I'm very thankful for your presence here. I will not go much than I'm supposed to be, but I'm very thankful for your coming, and also I would like to apologize on behalf of our community here that many of them they did not show up, but just because today is a working day. Okay, people are very engaged. All of us we know here that, so there's many things that actually people are engaged with their work and all those things. So with no furthermore explanation of all this, I thank all of you for coming, and thank you so much, Francis.
Thank you. Kek Ngunding is a man in the community, is driving us in a good driving. So when I'm saying he's a good driver, he's a one of who have a vision for the people of South Sudan in Canada, and also have a vision for the people of Sudan in South Sudan and Sudan at the same time. He's a man have a big heart. So I'm going to call upon the Councillor of Barrhaven, who has been supporting a community hard worker, and he never sleep. He all the time hoping that whole community are in safe. So Wilson Liu is a councillor in the city of Ottawa to come and mark few words. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thanks very much. As Francis introduced, my name is Wilson. I'm the City Councillor for Barrhaven East. There's a little bit of rain that's starting, so I'll keep it very brief. Yeah, so South Sudan and Canada were both sort of founded through negotiation, right? We had the confederation with we had the discussions about confederation with the United Kingdom, with Great Britain back then. South Sudan had the comprehensive peace agreement with the government in Khartoum. So, despite there have been generations of conflict that sort of brought you here, but the positive message is that you are here, right? You're here contributing to the social fabric of Ottawa, to the social fabric of Canada, and couldn't be happier to celebrate your Independence Day. So congratulations on 13 years of independence, and hope to be here for many more. As Francis said, I did not sleep I did sleep 3 hours last night, so yeah, it's a fairly accurate portrayal of my night last night. So thanks again for organizing this and for the invitation to be here. I do want to express some regrets on behalf of the mayor and the deputy mayors who cannot be here today. There were some last minute legislative items we had to take care of today. So thank you, and I guess we'll take care of this. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Wilson. I just want to acknowledge to you that we get from the government of Canada recognition certificate from the House of Commons. We get this one from the conservative leaders here, who is congratulate the people of South Sudan for today. This is one of that recognition that we get from for South Sudanese today in the government of Canada. And we have another one also. Get another also recognition from the government of Canada. Here, as you guys see it here. We also get another where we didn't be able to get them today from John Pressure. He's a member of Parliament of Ontario. He's supposed to be here today, but people are engaged. I will not take long. Just want to go forward. Today, dear citizen of Republic of South Sudan, dear citizen of the Republic of South Sudan, let me get it out, it's not very well. Yeah. In Canada, His Excellency President of Republic of South Sudan, Salva Kiir Mayardit, and His Excellency the South Sudan Ambassador to Canada at USA, Santino Perdol, who is supposed to be with us today, but there is an acceptable condition that it did allowed him to be here today. In Washington, he passed his greeting to all of you who are attending this morning to celebrate the National Flag Day of South Sudan in the capital city, Ottawa, Canada. Your